Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to ESPN 8 The Ocho, also being broadcasted on GUZZ The Gus. My name's Danny. I'm the assistant producer of the Gus Chubbins Show. Everybody put your hands together, because here he is, the living legend, Gus Chubbins!
Hey, how we doing, softball fans? This music gets me so. Wow. Oh, Danny, oh. Okay, all right, I'm okay. I'm all right, I'm okay. Might have broke the sign. We're okay. Anyway, boy, that music always gets me pumped up. How is everybody doing? My name's Gus Chubbins. Welcome to the second annual Gus Chubbins show. Hold on, we're experiencing some technical difficulties. I'll be right back with 1 second. There we are. As you can see from the first episode, we have changed locations for the show. ESPN 8 The Ocho invited me down to the studios to come see my new studio. And when I arrived at the room, I had some problems. Because I'm a cold weather guy. You know, childhood spent in Antarctica, you know, and my summers were spent in Alaska, you know, and most of my friends were penguins. So as you can see, I never really even boil water, not even for pasta. So here I am, standing outside the door, and the door says boiler room. And I immediately say, whoa. I don't do boiling. And they say, well, this is the only studio we got. So I said, well, as long as I can bring my cowboy boots, I'll make a deal. And lo and behold, the cowboy boots have made their way into the studio. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started here. Let's talk about the ratings for our last show. Extremely high for a first episode, and so I say thank you so much to all of Guzzler Nation for watching the Gus Chubbins Show. It really was quite a success. As I've been told, we were right above Cat playing piano while wearing a tutu, but we did rate below two tigers masturbating harmoniously. Speaking of harmonious masturbation, did anybody else catch Betty White Saturday Night Live a couple weeks ago? Oh my God. Absolutely fantastic. I mean, she had me busting my gut. Honestly, seriously. I lost a gallbladder stone, okay, about 2 weeks ago. I go and see the doctor. He stitches me up, right? Stone goes back in, stitched up. Gus, good. All good. Gus, good. Gus watches SNL. Betty White makes Gus laugh, giggle, stitches, explode. Had to go back into the doctor, which wasn't cheap, especially in the recession. And anyway, had to get re-stitched up. So I haven't watched any of the Betty White on YouTube or anything, because it will make you bust your gut. Now, a quick Betty story before we continue with the show here. Now, Betty White was stretching the hammies. Don't want to pull one, you know what I mean? Anyway, Betty White, I met her back in 1917. This was during the Prohibition era. The U.S. Was in a war with Canada, and Great Britain had just invaded Australia for the fourth time. So slow pitch softball was at an all-time low, I guess you could say, you know, because the Prohibition, no beer, no softball. You know, they kind of go hand in hand like peanut butter and raisins. Am I right? Am I right? Anyway, so I got a part-time job calling dice games in the local alley at Yale University, which had just opened, you know, established 1782. So I'm calling this game, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, this beaming head of blonde curls rolls snake eyes. And I say, whoa, who is this? What's your name? And she says, my name is Bethany Elizabeth White. And I said, that is too many words for one name. How about we just call you Betty White? Bam! Name stuck. Went on to have a brilliant career. Gus Chubbins ended up calling slow pitch softball the rest of his life. But needless to say, I'm having a great time at it. Anyway, let's get back on track. I had a couple emails come in. I had Joe from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. He wrote and he said, the comment about the Average Brothers, where did that come from? Now, I want to make a clarification real fast here. When I said the Average Brothers, in my opinion, have been flushed down the toilet, okay, that wasn't me flushing them down the toilet. They had flushed themselves by not wanting to come and take part in Goosetown 2010. Now, I shouldn't say they didn't want to. Alan Average, starting a new thing, doing a new life. I also hear he started to work with midgets in his spare time. God bless his soul. And then Josh Everidge, you know, he's busy down there around the Mexican border, you know, and if you know what's going on down there, we need as much help as we can get. And if you've seen the guns on Josh Everidge, boom, boom, I mean, G.I. Joe, this guy. So, obviously, the country's in better terms with G.I. Josh protecting the border, but the Guzzlers could be a gaping hole in left center. We'll talk about the rookie later, Tanner. I got high hopes anyway. Before we get to our hot topic, I gotta go ahead and give a note to our sponsor of the show. So, in case you're on the go and you need to stop the flow, try Tops and Tampons, established 1853. Anyway, thank you so much. Hot topic of the season has been a humongous story. Peter Gammons has been calling me nonstop, wanting some information. I said, you know what, Peter, why don't we go ahead and go to the horse's mouth, or should I say, the copper's mouth. So let's go ahead and let's call the Copper King. We'll get him right here on ESPN 8, the Ocho, the Gus Chubbins show. We want clarification. I know Guzzler Nation's been asking for it. So let's go ahead and get the phone lines going here and see if we can get a hold of the Copper King. It's ringing. Pick up, pick up, pick up, pick up, pick up. Well, he said he'd be available. I hate leaving messages.
Hi, you've reached Luke Lovell. Sorry I'm not near my phone. But you can leave your name and number. I'll get back to you as soon as I can.
Isn't that a shame? Well, okay then. We had, I thought, that did it! Didn't we set up an interview with the Copper King? I know we did. Anyway, I apologize, Guzzler Nation. We were supposed to have an impromptu conversation with the Copper King himself, but he's not picking up the phone. So we're gonna go ahead and move on to our next segment, which is the Guzzler game plan. And for the Guzzler game plan, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna bring in Tim Skip Braxholm to talk a little bit about the lineup for 2010 Goosetown.
Please enjoy the music while your party is reached.
Notre Dame fan. Figures. When was the last time they won? 1857?
Hello.
Hey, am I talking with Coach Tim Braxholm of the Guzzlers?
This is Tim Brockstone of the Great Falls Guzzlers, head coach, CD1 president.
How about that? Hey, Tim Braxholm, Gus Chubbins here, live on the Gus Chubbins Show, ESPN 8 The Ocho. Always a pleasure to have you on, Coach, my friend.
Gus, it's always a pleasure to be on the show. It's always great to know that we got Gus Guzzler games out there for all these many years.
Hold on a second. Actually, hey, Coach, can you hold on? I'm getting a call from the Copper King as we speak.
Sure.
Hello? Oh, my God. Alert, red alert on the Gus Chubbins program. Hello? Do we have a phone call?
Hello, Mr. Chubbins.
Oh, my God! It's the Copper King. Oh, my God. Copper King, how you doing?
I'm doing well. How about yourself? Thanks for having me on.
Hey, no problem. I just got done telling the listeners, I watched Betty White. Did you watch SNL Betty White a couple weeks ago?
I didn't.
Well, you're missing out. I was just telling everybody, I had to get a gallbladder stone removed, right? I get stitched up by the doctor. I watch Betty White SNL. She busts my stitches. I got to go back in, get them stitched up. That's crazy.
Chubbins, your people
As always. Well, hey, Copper King, I know you don't got much time, busy off-season and everything. You're probably in the weight room as we speak. But really quick, Guzzler Nation just wants to know, can we get an answer? I mean, I know Brett Favre's going back and back over the fence, but Copper King, come 2010 Goosetown, yes or no? Will we be seeing 31 on the field?
I will be in the left field.